Good morning, students.
Good morning,
Good
ma'am.
morning, ma'am.
So the last topic which is remain, that is the digestive system. Okay. So here we had studied most of the systems, and in these systems we had studied respiratory system, circulatory system, then excretory system. We had seen about the nervous system and endocrine system. We had seen about the reproductive system. So all these systems, they are working, but to do their function, energy is required, and this energy, it is provided by two systems. They are the digestive system and the respiratory system. Okay, we had already seen about the respiratory system. Only remain is the digestive system. So the process which is responsible for providing energy, they are the nutrition and the respiration. Then what do you mean by nutrition? So nutrition, it is the sum total of all the processes through which food is taken inside the mouth, then it get digested, absorbed, utilized, and then finally the undigested, unwanted matter that will be eliminated outside the body. So nutrition, it will include mainly 5 processes. One is ingestion, then digestion, after that absorption, then assimilation, and lastly egestion. Okay, so during ingestion we take food inside the mouth. This ingestion food, it then digested. So what do you mean by digestion? Digestion means the process during which complex, non-diffusible, then non-absorbable food substances get converted into simple, diffusible, and the absorbable substances by some enzymes. So that process is called as digestion. After digestion, what will happen? So after digestion, the food will convert into simple form, and then these simple substances, it get diffused into the blood. That process is called as absorption. So what happened with this absorbed food? So this absorbed food further carried to each and every cell of the body where it is get assimilated. So what do you mean by assimilation? So assimilation, it is the process by which the protoplasm, it will synthesize into each cell, okay, which will be utilize this simple food substances. So if they will not utilize, then what will happen? So if this food will not get utilized, then it will become toxic, and due to which the death can occur. And whatever food we are eating, so that much food is not required, and because of it, the whatever food is required for our body, that will get utilized, and the remaining unwanted, undigested food substance, that will get eliminated out from our body. That process is called as egestion, or simply we can call it as a defecation. Okay, passing of stool is called as, or fecal matter is called as defecation. So this one will be the last process in this nutrition. Do you understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, can you tell one more time?
Okay. What I said, ki here the process which is responsible for providing energy. There are two processes. One is nutrition and the another is the respiration. So we had seen about the respiration. The remain is the
मैम विजुअलाइज नहीं हो रहा है.
so here nutrition and the respiration, these are the two processes which are essential for providing energy. So what do you mean by nutrition? Nutrition, it is the sum total of all the processes through which the food is taken inside, then it get digested, absorbed, utilized, and finally undigested food material that get eliminated outside the body. So this nutrition, it consists of 5 steps. One is ingestion, second is digestion, third is absorption, fourth is assimilation, and the fifth one is the egestion. Okay, so what do you mean by ingestion? Ingestion means taking food inside the mouth. That process is called as ingestion. Then what will happen after ingestion of food? So this food, it will get digested. So what is digestion? So digestion, it is the process in which complex, non-diffusible, non-absorbable food substance, it will get converted into simple, diffusible, and the absorbable manner. Okay, so this process takes place with the help of some enzymes. So that is the digestion. Then after digestion, the complex food will convert into simple one. Then what will happen to this simple substance? It is get diffused into the blood. That process is called as absorption. Then after absorption, what will happen? To each and every cells of our body need these food substance. So that get utilized into these cells. So that process is nothing but the assimilation. Okay, so assimilation, it is the process by which the protoplasm, it is synthesized into each cell of the body by utilizing simple food. So here, if it will not get utilized, then what will happen? So that food that will accumulate in the body and it will become toxic, means ये poisonous हो जाएगा, and for that it should get utilized. Okay, फिर क्या जो है तो whatever जैसे suppose as कि you and me, we are just sitting on or standing on one particular place, and we are just doing the mental work. We are not doing any physical work. Am I right or no?
Yes,
So
ma'am.
here we are not doing any heavy work, and because of it the carbohydrates or the proteins, they are not that much required for our body. So this carbohydrate, it will get accumulate in the body in the form of glycogen. So like that, here, whatever undigested food material is there, so most of the persons, they eat so much, but that food is not required for their body. And because of it, some part of this food which is not digested or which is not required, or that is unwanted, so that part get eliminate out from our body, and that process is called as digestion. So these 5 steps, they are present in the human nutrition process. And let's see then which part will do the which function. So here, this nutrition process takes place with the help of digestive system. The human digestive system consists of 2 parts. One is alimentary canal and the other part is the digestive gland. So what is alimentary canal? Alimentary canal, it is the long tubular structure which has various type of diameter, and it start from the mouth and it will end at the anus. So here this digestive gland this alimentary canal, that is again associated with some digestive glands. And which digestive glands are present in human body? So there are 3 glands are present in the human body. One is salivary glands, which are present in the mouth. Second is liver, and the third one is the pancreas. समझ में आ रहा है बेटा?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Actually, I am having severe backache, and that's why I am not able to stand, or that's why I had taken support of this, and I am trying to take your class.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much.
Actually, I am very much suffering from this pain. So, alimentary canal. So the length of alimentary canal, which is present in the human being, it is near about 8 to 10 meter. It's really a long, and it consists of the alimentary canal. They consist of firstly mouth, then the cavity which is present inside, which is called as buccal cavity. After that, pharynx, then esophagus. So here trachea is there. Behind this trachea, esophagus is there. Then stomach, small intestine, and large intestine. These are the main parts of this alimentary canal. And the last part is the anus. So all these parts, all this alimentary canal, it consists of 4 layers. So if we take from outside to inside, so the first layer which is present outside, that is serosa. Then inside it, muscular layer is present, muscularis. After that, submucosa and the mucosa. Like that, 4 layers are present. So if we go from inside to outside, to mucosa, submucosa, muscularis, and the serosa, these are the 4 layers. If we are taking from outside to inside, so we have to say serosa, muscularis, submucosa, and mucosa. So like that, all the parts alimentary canal consist of these 4 layers. So let's see one by one now. The first part is the mouth. So this mouth, it is the transverse slit actually. ये transverse slits है, and it is the first part. It is the opening of this alimentary canal, and it is guarded by muscular, these flaps. These muscular flaps are nothing but the upper lip and lower lip. So here, the food is taken inside the buccal cavity with the help of this mouth. Okay. So when we will open this mouth, what we will see? We will see that one cavity is present. Cavity, एक बड़ा सा जो है तो space है ना अंदर में, that is called as cavity, and this cavity is called as oral cavity or the buccal cavity. So here, the floor of buccal cavity is made up of tongue. The roof, it is made up of palate. So here inside palate is present, and this outer wall, they are made up of cheeks. So here Beside this, it consists of teeth and it also contains salivary glands. So we will see that glands later on. Firstly, we will see about the teeth and the tongue. So firstly, let's see about the tongue. मराठी में कहावत है, जिभेला हाड नहीं. जिभेला हाड नहीं, तो इसका क्या मतलब होता है कि we don't have a bone in our tongue, है ना? तो yes, it don't have a bone. It is very soft, muscular, and it is fleshy organ. This organ, it forms the floor of the buccal cavity. It is quite triangular in shape. So upper surface of this tongue, it consists of so many projections, small projections are there. If you will observe your tongue, you will see that so many projections are there. That projections are called as papillae. So these papillae inside contain some sensory receptors, and these receptors, they are called as taste buds, which will give different taste, the sense of different taste. Okay, so here the tip part of tongue, it gives salty taste. Okay, then the back part, that gives bitter taste, and the outer part, that gives sour taste. ये जो कॉर्नर वाला पार्ट होता है हमारा, that gives sour taste. So salty and sweety from this tip, means from apex, then from base. So this base of the tongue, it is attached to the hyoid bone, which is present, which is the part of skull bone, and there it is present. Okay. So here, what is the function of this tongue? So this tongue, it will help to mix the saliva with food. Second, it will help while mastication process. जब ये chewing की process होती है, that is called as mastication. So during mastication, they will provide, they will help so that the food material that will goes towards the teeth. Then it is help for swallowing, and most important, the work I am doing now, that is the speech. So it help during speech. Okay, so these are the different functions which we can see in the tongue. Normal color of the tongue is pink. If it is reddish, so that means we may have deficiency of vitamin B12 or B complex, we can say. Then if it will be yellow, it will be the sign of jaundice or hepatitis. If it will be white, so it is the sign of acidity, constipation, or some diseases which are related with this gastrointestinal tract, which is called as GIT. Okay, so this is about the tongue. Now the second part, which is present inside the buccal cavity, that is the teeth. So teeth, there are 32 teeth in an adult person, in human being. Okay, so each tooth, it is made up of mainly two parts. The part which is present inside the jaw, okay, that part is called as, and the part which is present above the jaw, which is visible, that part is called as crown. So this crown, it is covered with white material. This white material, it is called as enamel. This enamel, it is the hardest substance in our body. It is made up of calcium and phosphorus. Okay. The body of this tooth, it is made up of dentin. So this dentin, it is a bone-like part, or we can say it is the bone-like substance, inside which central cavity is present, and this central cavity contain some blood vessels, nerves and the pulp. आप लोगों ने देखा होगा जब कैविटीज होती हैं तो ये इनेमल जो है वो इनेमल तो निकल जाता है, तो व्हाट इज रिमेन, that remain is the dentin part. And just now I had told you कि this dentin part consists of cavity which contain blood vessels, nerves and the pulp. So blood comes out, then it will be sensitive to cold and heat. चाय पीने जाएंगे तब भी तकलीफ होती है, अगर कोई आइसक्रीम खाने जाते हैं तब भी तकलीफ होती है. तो that is due to the nerves which are present there, they get naked. वो naked हो जाते हैं. यहाँ पर अभी ये enamel की वजह से क्या है, they are protected. When the enamel will get dissolved, so they will become naked, they will become very sensitive, and because of it we get the pain. So when we study about these teeth with respect to the number, how they are arranged, how the development is takes place, that study is known as dentition. So in human being we have different types of teeth, and that's why the human being is considered as a heterodont. Heterodont because we have 4 types of teeth. The teeth which are flat, these 4 teeth on the upper and 4 teeth from the lower jaw, these are the incisor teeth. Then this pointed teeth, this one. So these pointed teeth, these are called as canine teeth. Then after that, the teeth which are present, they are called as premolar, and then molar teeth. So like that, in our body, 8 incisor, 4 canine, then 8 premolar, and the 12 molar teeth are there. हुए ना 32? Okay, 8 plus 4, 12, 12 plus 8, 20, and the 12 molar bones. So 32, total 32 teeth are there. Okay, but in my practices, I have seen that most of the person, they get only 28 or 32 teeth. No, sorry, 30 teeth only. Because the wisdom teeth which appear on the after 17 to 25th years, so that may be appear or may not be appear, and that's why most of the person, they have only 28 teeth. Okay, भले ही ऐसे मेंशन किया जाता है कि all human beings have 32 teeth, but I have just now telling you कि here most probably the persons may have 28 teeth. You count your teeth and then tell me how many teeth you have. It may be 28 or 30. It will not be 32. If you have a 32, so then it's good. But actually, wisdom teeth have no role at all, and that's why we considered as a vestigial organ, because everything is going on. Like here, incisor teeth, they will help us to bite. बिस्किट जब तोड़ना होता है तो हम ऐसे बाइट करेंगे, है ना. टू टीयर, canine teeth are useful. Those are non-vegetarian. They will tear the chicken like this. They will not tear chicken like this. Or if vegetarian persons are there and if they want to take the taste of sugar cane, so that time they will tear that sugar cane like this. So for tearing, canine teeth are useful, and for mastication, for chewing process, premolar and molar, both teeth, they are help. So here in a human being, we can see two sets of teeth. So this dentition, it is called as diphadont. Diphadont, because here when the human being will be 6 months old, so that time the teeth start to appear. When the child will be 1.5 years old, so that time 20 teeth are there. And after that the teeth start to fall down, so that teeth are called as temporary teeth or the milk teeth. And here the place of milk teeth will take by the permanent teeth, and now we are having the permanent. So if these permanent teeth will break or fall down, so we will not get any teeth at all. We have to do some surgery or replace it, so that we can do the function for like a digestion. Okay. So here, what is the function of teeth? The first function, just now I had told you, it will help for mastication process. Then it will also help the food to mix with saliva. One more function I want to tell you here. These teeth, they help us to speak clearly. देखो जो छोटे बच्चे होते हैं या जो बूढ़े इंसान होते हैं, तो what they are exactly pronouncing, so we just not able to understood.
मैम आपकी वॉइस बहुत कम आ रही है.
Why I don't know, just I have to see. 1 minute.
नहीं यहाँ आ रही है बराबर. प्रॉब्लम होगा.
नहीं अभी तो नेटवर्क भी अच्छा खासा है बेटा आज.
हाँ यहाँ आ रही है बराबर. कुछ उनके फोन में प्रॉब्लम होगा मे बी.
हाँ. तो हाँ कहाँ थे हम. हाँ, फंक्शंस ऑफ टीथ देख रहे थे ना. हाँ, तो फर्स्ट फंक्शन इज mastication. Second function, it will mix the saliva with food. The third function, it will improve the beauty. जिसके टीथ देखो अगर अच्छे से नहीं है, अगर if the dentition is not proper, arrangement is not proper, किसी किसी के देखो प्रोट्रूड रहते हैं, सामने आए हुए रहते हैं, तो that hamper the beauty actually. So it will improve the beauty. And the last function, it will helpful to clear the speech. हमारी स्पीच क्लियर तभी रहेगी जब हमारा टीथ, हमारा जो डेंटिशन है वो प्रॉपर है. So just now I had told you कि if the person is very old and he don't have a teeth, or the small child, those have not able, those have not developed the teeth, so whatever they say, we just not able to understood because of unclearance of this speech. And for that, this teeth is very helpful. Do you understood beta about teeth?
Yes ma'am.
Okay. 1 minute. Actually, by breathing भी बहुत पेन हो रहा है. Now the next part, that is the pharynx. So here we had already seen about the pharynx in the respiration process. Buccal cavity, it leads to pharynx, which is a meeting point of digestive system as well as respiratory system. So the opening of the respiratory system is called as glottis, that we had already seen. This glottis contain one cartilaginous flap leaf-like structure, which is called as epiglottis. When we put food into the mouth, so this epiglottis, it get closed so that the food will enter into the esophagus, not in the trachea. If it will enter into the trachea, then immediately we get the reflex action. Forcefully जो है तो हमको ठसका आता है और फिर हमको कहा जाता है कि अरे ऊपर देखो. तो when we will see up like this, so it will just try to clear up our throat, and because of it the life gets saved. ठीक है. तो here this pharynx, it is passes the food towards the esophagus. Esophagus भी कहा जाता है, esophagus भी कहा जाता है. तो जिसको जैसा प्रोनाउंस करना होगा वैसे आप कर सकते हो. ठीक है. एक बात आपने अगर कभी नोटिस की होगी, तो जब हम फूड खाते हैं और सपोज हमको जल्दी है, जैसे कॉलेज जाना है या वर्क पे जाना है, मोस्टली मेरे साथ तो कई बार होता है कि मुझे जो है तो टाइम नहीं मिल पाता, तो मैं बहुत जल्दी जल्दी खाना खाती हूँ. और इसीलिए अगर मैं किसी फंक्शन में चले जाऊँ तो लोगों का खाना होने का रहता है और मेरा खत्म हो जाता है तुरंत. तो सब नहीं बेटा, my voice is not muted. Hello, am I audible now?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am,
ma'am,
that's
you are
my
audible.
mistake. Yes, ma'am, that's my mistake.
Okay. So most of the time, hurriedly, I take food. When I eat food, so I don't have sufficient time to chew it, and that's why तो पूरी तरह से chew ना करते हुए भी जो है तो I just try to swallow it. तो ऐसे समय में कई बार we get a neck pain here when we are swallowing the food like. So why? Because we have a esophagus here, no? On the back side, esophagus is there. Okay. So this esophagus, actually, it is a long, thin, and narrow tube which connect pharynx to the stomach. So its length is near about 25 centimeter. It is present into the thoracic cavity, but the diaphragm is there in between thoracic cavity and abdominal cavity. So it pierces that diaphragm and then it enter into the abdominal cavity. In the abdominal cavity, it fuse with the upper end of the stomach. So here, when we take food into the mouth, we are the mastication process is going on. During that time, saliva get mixed. Okay, so then it will enter into the esophagus. तो ये तुरंत ही चला जाता है क्या? तो no. There is a systematic way by which the food will enter into the stomach. So here what will happen? This food, it will enter into the stomach with rhythmic contraction of longitudinal and circular muscles which are present on this esophagus. So here this wave of contraction and then relaxation, then contraction and relaxation. जैसे ये ट्यूब है तो पहले contract होगी muscles. The muscles which are present, this muscle will contract. As this muscle will contract, the food will comes down. Then these muscles will relax. Then now these muscles will contract. Again the food will comes down. Again these muscles will relax. Again come contraction. So like that, in a rhythm, this contraction and relaxation takes place in this esophagus, which is called as peristaltic movement or peristalsis. Okay, peristalsis or peristaltic movement we can see in this esophagus. Again, it is present in the intestine also, small and large both. Okay, then here mucus secretion takes place by the epithelial cells of this esophagus, due to which this food passage or the esophagus, it will become smooth and the food will move towards the stomach. Do you understood, beta?
Yes, ma'am.
All
Yes,
of you?
ma'am.
One
Yes,
minute.
ma'am.
Now, the next one, the next part of alimentary canal is the stomach. So stomach, it is the J-shaped part, you know about it. Okay, here. 1 minute. So this is the stomach. Okay, it look like alphabet J because we draw J like this, no? So here, it is near about 25 to 30 centimeter long structure. It divides mainly into three parts. This part called as cardiac part. Cardiac means heart. So as it is present near the heart, so it is called as cardiac stomach. This elevated part is called as fundus, and this part which will continue as a small intestine, this part is called as pyloric stomach. So cardiac stomach, fundus stomach, this is total the body of stomach, and this one is called as pyloric stomach. Okay, so cardiac stomach, it is the first part where the esophagus will open. The middle part is called as fundus, and the remaining part is called as pyloric stomach, which will open into the first part of small intestine, which is called as duodenum. Okay, so here splinters are present at both the end of the stomach. That means here in this cardiac and here in the pyloric end. What do you mean by sphincter? So sphincter means circular muscles. So here these circular muscles are present on the end that will become closed so that the food will not reverse back. So anterior sphincter, it is present at the opening of esophagus. At the opening of this esophagus into the stomach, which is called as cardiac sphincter. And the posterior sphincter, it is present at the opening of stomach into the duodenum. Okay, so which is called as pyloric sphincter. So cardiac sphincter, it will prevent the regurgitation of food. यानी जो reverse back है, यानी when we will take food inside, so that will enter into the stomach. It should not get reverse back. वो reverse आता है क्या तो नहीं आता है. That is due to the cardiac sphincter. Okay, and what about the pyloric sphincter? So pyloric sphincter, it will regulate the passage of food into duodenum. तो डाइजेशन प्रोसेस जो होती है स्टमक में, So little amount of food that will get pass into the small intestine through the pyloric sphincter. So stomach, it will store the food near about 4 to 5 hours. Okay, here churning process takes place. So this churning process break up the food into small pieces, and it will also mix the food with gastric juice secreted by the walls of stomach. So how that process takes place, that we will see later on. Okay, यहाँ पर जो है तो क्या क्या होगा, whatever what things will be present in the gastric juice, that we will see later on. Now the next part is the small intestine. So small intestine, it is near about 6 meter long structure and 2.5 centimeter broad. It is highly coiled structure. Okay, so this coil, it will held together by some connective tissue, which is called as mesenteric. So these mesenteric, they will support in blood vessels, lymph vessels, as well as nerves. Small intestine that get divided into 3 parts: duodenum, jejunum, and the ileum. Duodenum, it is just C-shaped part. Okay, so this pyloric end, it will continue as a C-shaped part like this. This C-shaped part, it is the duodenum. So this duodenum, it is some may say it look like a C shape, some may say it like a U shape. So we can consider it as a U shape or C shape. It is near about 25 centimeter long structure, and here bile duct, pancreatic bile duct from liver and pancreatic duct from the pancreas, they will open into this duodenum part. Then the next part, the middle part of the small intestine, is called as jejunum. This jejunum, it is near about 2.5 meter long structure, and it is narrower than the duodenum. Duodenum, it is broader, and jejunum is quite narrower part. Then the third part is called as ileum. So ileum, it is 3.5 centimeter long structure, and it is broader than the jejunum. Okay, so here main processes takes place, main digestion process, absorption process. That processes takes place, complete digestion process takes place in the small intestine. So how that process takes place, that we will see tomorrow. Then the next part, the small intestine, that will be continue into large intestine. Large intestine, it is broader than the small intestine. Then why we are saying that is small and this one is the large? Because of lumen. हम लेंथ से नहीं कंसिडर करते हैं, इससे जो ल्यूमेन है तो उससे कंसिडर करते हैं कि large intestine, it is broader and small intestine is narrow. Okay, the length of large intestine is only 1.5 meter, and the length of small intestine, it is near about 6 to 6.5 meter. So here, this large intestine, it get divided into 2 parts. One is colon part, and the second part is called as rectum. So colon, it is the anterior region. It is differentiated into 3 parts. So ascending colon, transverse colon, descending colon, sigmoid colon. These are colons which are into the large intestine. This colon internally lined by the mucosal cells which secrete mucus. Because of it, the undigested material easily move through this passage. Okay, the last part of large intestine is the rectum. So rectum, it is the posterior region actually, large intestine, undigested material, or we can say fecal matter that will get stored into this rectum. It is near about 2-inch canal, and here before it going out to anus, fecal matter, it will be stored into the. So at the junction of ileum, which is the part of small intestine, and the ascending colon, one blind pouch is present. Why I am saying blind? Because it has no function in our body. That's why we call it as a blind pouch. That pouch is called as cecum. So here, one vermiform appendix is there. Just like a little finger like projection is. That projection is called an appendix. This appendix and cecum both are the vestigial part from this alimentary canal, because there is no function take place in the person, the organism which are herbivorous. So in that, digestion of cellulose process takes place, and so in them that is functional. जो सिर्फ जो है तो झाड़ की पत्तियां खा रहे हैं, तो झाड़ की पत्तियों में जो है सेलुलोज प्रेजेंट है, तो वो सेलुलोज का डाइजेशन सीकम और अपेंडिक्स में होता है, लेकिन हम लोग जो है तो कुक फूड खाते हैं, दैट्स व्हाई दैट पार्ट इज वेस्टिजियल फॉर अस. ठीक है. The last part, which is the anus. So rectum open in outside, and that outside part is called as anus. This anus, it is again guarded by the sphincter. This sphincter is under our control. Okay, it is voluntary. So if we get any urge, we can control it for some time, at least for some time. So what is the function of this anus? It will remove undigested fecal matter outside the body. This process is called as defecation or egestion. So this is all about the alimentary canal. Do you understood?
Yes, ma'am.
All of you, do you have any query?
No, ma'am. All are clear.
Okay. So tomorrow I will tell you about the digestive gland. Maybe possible हो सकता है कि if I will went for the vaccine.
Okay.
ठीक है, मैं वैक्सीनेशन जाती हूँ तो मे बी प्लस माइनस, बट स्टिल आई विल ट्राई टू टेक योर क्लास एंड देन आई विल गो.
मैम आप वैक्सीन लेने जाएंगे या देने जाएंगे वैक्सीन?
लेने सेकेंड डोज बचा है ना, बूस्टर डोज.
सेकंड डोज. ओके मैम, मैं ये पूछ रही थी, आई हैव क्वेरीज कि if I want to become a good nutrition, what can I will do for that?
If you want to take a nutrition.
Yeah, ma'am. A good nutrition. I want to become a good nutrition in future. So what can I will do for that?
You should take a proper diet at proper time. You in your diet.
Nutrition, like ma'am, doctor, nutrition doctor. If I wanna become a nutrition doctor in a future, यदि मुझे इसमें अपना फ्यूचर बनाना है न्यूट्रिशन एंड डाइटिशियन में, तो मुझे क्या करना पड़ेगा, क्या पढ़ना पड़ेगा उसके लिए मैम?
Actually, you have to study about these physiological things. So physiology is must. Anatomy and physiology. This is a very important subject for you, for not only for all the students who are doing nutrition and dietitian course. Again, whatever practicals are there, which are routine practicals like the blood pressure, pulse rate, heartbeats, and all that, that you should know. You should know the medicinal part. And then you know about the nutrition, जो आपका subject है, human nutrition आपका ठीक है, you have to go thoroughly through that particular topics and particular diseases. You should know कि अगर if the lady is pregnant तो that time which diet she should take, कि किसमें क्या है, और वो जो है तो हर सब्सटेंस में जैसे अगर हम जैसे राई और जीरा जो है तो छोका लगाने के लिए जो है तो अपन डालते हैं ना,
Yes,
तो
ma'am.
इट कंटेन्स विटामिन B12, उसमें विटामिन B12 है, अगर आपको पता हो या ना पता हो तो यहाँ पर जो है तो जो भी हम खाते हैं ना, एवरी हैव सम इम्पोर्टेंट न्यूट्रिएंट्स, उसमें न्यूट्रिएंट्स है, दैट यू शुड नो, उसकी अच्छे से स्टडी करो आप। और बाद में जब आप ये करोगे प्रैक्टिस के लिए या जो है तो आप तो उस समय में एक कोई अच्छे से जो है तो पहले अंडर प्रैक्टिस करना, ठीक है।
Okay, ma'am.
डायरेक्ट जो है तो प्रैक्टिस में नहीं लेना। अगर आप डायरेक्टली प्रैक्टिस करते हैं, जैसे मेरे साथ भी हुआ है कि मैं जब स्टूडेंट थी, मैं फर्स्ट ईयर में थी, जैसे हम लोगों का सिलेबस ये जो रहता है, मेरा BH ना, तो मैंने 6 साल तक हमारा जो था तो ये रहता है पूरा रजिस्ट्रेशन और ये इंटर्नशिप और ये वो सब मिलके, तो मैं फर्स्ट ईयर में जब थी ना तभी अंडर प्रैक्टिस करते थे, यानी मैं कॉलेज करके स्टडी भी करती थी और डेली एटलीस्ट फॉर 2 आवर्स जो है तो मैं अंडर प्रैक्टिस करते थे।
हाँ मैम, मैं
कैसे
वही सोच रही थी कि जैसे अभी हमारा सेकंड टर्म चल रहा है, सेकंड सेम चल रहा है अभी, तो इस
हाँ,
बीच में मैं कहीं प्रैक्टिस के लिए जा सकती हूँ क्या?
जा सकते हो, तो हमारा थ्योरी और प्रैक्टिकल जो है तो वो अगर साइमल्टेनियसली चलता है ना, कोई
हाँ
थ्योरी
मैम।
में कुछ भी बता दे कि अगर मैं बता रही हूँ आप लोगों को जैसा कि हार्ट बीट्स जो है तो ऐसे टच करने पर जो है स्टेथो लगाओगे तो यहाँ पे हार्ट बीट्स नहीं आएंगे, लेकिन जब तक हम खुद नहीं सुनेंगे तो उसमें हमको इम्पोर्टेंस नहीं आता। तो ऐसे ये जो है अगर आप किसी के अंडर प्रैक्टिस है तो हाउ the person, how that doctor is doing the practice, how in which way he is talking with the patients, और ये सारी चीजें जो है तो वो हम पे बहुत ज्यादा इन्फ्लुएंस करती है। मैं जो डॉक्टर के पास में जाती थी तो उनके पास में मैं नियर अबाउट 8 इयर्स गई। वो 8 इयर्स मैंने खुद का अपना क्लिनिक डालने के बाद भी मैं उनके पास में बैठती थी, ठीक है। तो उनका इतना ज्यादा इन्फ्लुएंस आया कि लोग, यानी शी इज वेरी ब्यूटीफुल लेडी, वो बहुत स्मार्ट है, और लेकिन द वे ऑफ टॉकिंग और ये सारी चीजें उनकी मुझ में इतनी आ गई कि लोग मुझे उनकी बेटी समझने लगे,
Oh my
यानी
God, it's a good pleasure for her and
उन
good thing
और
for you, ma'am.
अगर मैं कोई पेशेंट आता है तो हम कैसे वो जो है तो वो स्माइलिंग, जबकि मुझ में उतना स्माइलिंग वगैरह मेरा स्माइलिंग फेस नहीं है ना, तो
Yes, ma'am, मेरा भी स्माइली फेस नहीं है and lots of people are told me कि you should be take a smile so you can interact and attract people.
it's also I can't able to give very good smile, तो it happens very rarely कि मैं बहुत स्माइल करती हूँ, मैं कोशिश भी करूँ तब भी मैं स्माइल नहीं कर सकती। और उनका जो था तो उनका ना बस स्माइल देख के पेशेंट्स मालूम क्या ठीक हो जाया करते थे। तो ऐसे अगर कोई आपको अच्छे डॉक्टर मिल जाए, ठीक है, अगर कोई न्यूट्रिशनलिस्ट मिल जाए, डाइटिशियन मिल जाए, तो उनके अंडर आप जरूर प्रैक्टिस करो, तो वो जो है तो वो हमारे लाइफ में बहुत काम में आती है चीजें। एक पेशेंस रखना कि कैसे भी कोई भी कैसा रहता है कि नो वन इज परफेक्ट इन दिस वर्ल्ड, और हम परफेक्ट रहने की भी कोशिश करते हैं ना, तब भी लोगों के पास में जो है तो कोई ना कोई नुक्स निकालने के लिए जो है तो रीजन रहता ही है हमारे पास, है ना।
Yes, ma'am.
तो जैसे मेरे पास में देखो, आई डोंट हैव नंबर ऑफ पेशेंट्स, बट जो भी आते हैं ना तो बहुत सेटिस्फाइड रहते हैं कि हाँ मैडम के पास जाओ ना तो सेकंड टाइम में जाने की जरूरत ही नहीं पड़ती है, बहुत अच्छा इनका ट्रीटमेंट है, ऐसे वैसे बोलते हैं लोग। तो यहाँ पर जो है तो एक उनका फेथ कि अगर मैडम के पास में मैं जाऊं तो मैं जल्दी से ठीक हो जाऊंगा। तो ये सारी चीजें जो है, तो वो फेथ हमको गेन करने के लिए भी समय चाहिए होता है। और ये गेन जो है तो डेफिनेटली बाय प्रैक्टिस ही आएगा। और हम किस वे से जो है तो पेशेंट से टॉकिंग कर रहे हैं, या हम किस हैंडल करते हैं। अगर कोई क्रिटिकल कंडीशन है तब भी हम कितना पेशेंसफुली उनसे बात कर रहे हैं। तो ये सारी चीजें जो है बेटा प्रैक्टिस में ही आती है। ठीक है।
ओके मैम, थैंक यू। तो मैम
One.
बीएससी करके यदि हम न्यूट्रिशन डाइटिशियन कर रहे हैं, फिर उसके बाद में एमएससी करेंगे, उसके बाद जो मतलब हमारा फ्यूचर अच्छा है क्या इन दिस फील्ड?
तो दैट डिपेंड्स ऑन योर वर्क
ओके।
एक्चुअली। हाँ, देखो मैं आपको बता दूं कि मैं आपके कॉलेज में हूँ। आई एम ओनली अ ग्रेजुएट पर्सन।
ओके, ओनली बीएससी?
नो, आई एम नॉट बीएससी, आई एम बीएचएमएस।
BHMS?
हाँ,
BHMS means मैम आयुर्वेदिक?
बैचलर ऑफ होम्योपैथी मेडिसिन एंड सर्जरी। आई एम होम्योपैथ and now this is my clinic. Okay, I am seated
यस
in my
मैम।
clinic. Okay. This clinic is in my home only because due to some circumstances I had left my outward clinic and I had started my
यस
clinic
मैम।
at. तो ये सारी चीजें जो है तो हमारे, एक तो लेडीज बोलने के बाद में ना कई ऐसे सिचुएशंस आते हैं, प्रेगनेंसी है, फिर बच्चा छोटा है, तो घर में कोई प्रॉब्लम है। अच्छा, तो फैमिली सपोर्ट एंड एवरीथिंग इज इम्पोर्टेंट फॉर दैट।
यस मैम।
तो improve yourself so that it will be helpful. Okay.
ओके मैम, थैंक यू मैम।
Okay.